I've been trying to make this video for a really long time now, and I never really could quite put it into words. For the longest time, I tried writing scripts. I tried picking a topic, and I tried only covering one subject at a time, but really it never turned out what I wanted it to be. And it's been really hard for me to really pin down and try to focus on any single point in this video because there's just so much that, not necessarily that I'd like to get off my chest, but so much that I'd like to discuss with everyone. This video at first was going to be about breakups and relationships and how hard all of that can be when you've dedicated your life to a person for so long and all of a sudden all you have is yourself. But towards the middle, I deviated to so many different topics and I didn't really know how to put it into words, what I wanted to say, and I don't think I do now either. But I'm at the point where I feel like I'm ready to post this, and I want to post this. I started this video in January of 2025. It is now September, and it still hasn't seen the light of day. I've gone through a lot of different phases of life in the creation of this video. I've changed a lot in the last 9 months, wow. Also, just going forward, I'm going to try and do this without cuts. But, yeah. I guess we're going to start where I wanted to start originally. And I'm not going to get too much into detail, but, breakups are hard, man. They're really fucking hard. And they're one of the hardest things I've ever had to go through in my life. At a certain point in time, I didn't really know who I was. And I didn't know how to become me again. I didn't know if I had an identity of my own even, or if I was just playing along with whatever she wanted. A lot of those thoughts will pop up, and they suck. Trust me, they're horrible. I know how much it hurts. And I know what goes through your head. I know how worthless you can feel. And how much you want to change. The truth of the answer is none of that matters as much as you think it does. Look, I know you feel like you've lost everything. I know you feel like you don't know who you are anymore. I know you feel like you need to go batshit insane. Just do a bunch of crazy things to get your mind off of them. But the answer is, you gotta just find yourself. And that's harder than it sounds. You know, something people always told me, especially right after everything happened, was happiness is a choice. Not something you find, not something you earn. And I hate to say this, but they're right. However, what they don't add is that it's not as easy as that. You don't simply feel happy because you choose to, because you want to. That's not something you can just find. That's not something you can just do out of nowhere. It's never been something you can just do. You know, let's say, for example, your lifelong pet dies. Someone comes up to you and tells you just to be happy. Are you gonna feel fucking happy? No. You're not. The answer is no. You're gonna feel shit and bitter for the next few weeks, months, maybe even a year. Because you lost something you loved. And the fact that someone told you to be happy, just because, they can go fuck themselves, frankly. Because that's not how that works. Unfortunately, feeling pain is part of the healing process. As much as that sucks, and as much as that hurts. However, I also want to say that sometimes it's necessary. I will say if I hadn't gone what I had gone through, I would not be the person I am today, and though sometimes it's hard, I think I truly like the person I am. I truly like how I treat people, how I treat myself, and how I look at life. Don't get me wrong, it's hard sometimes. Sometimes I really struggle. And a big thing for me recently has been, do I really know who I want to be? Do I really know what I want to do? My hobbies, my passions, my dreams? Do I really know what that even is? And I still don't have the answer, and I've come to accept the fact that that's okay. And hell, whatever that answer is, it might change every 2 weeks. It's not something that's definite, it's not something that's defined. But I'm still looking for it, and if I hadn't gone through that pain, I may not even be looking for that person right now. I may have just accepted what I am and who I was in that moment. I never once desired change, never once desired a future for myself. All I knew was that I had to be there for that person, and I wanted to be there for that person. I never once thought in my life that, am I going to be there for myself? Am I going to be who I want to be? Never once did that cross my mind. 2 years ago now, I made a video called Never Stop Creating. That video was made a month after I had been dumped. I wanted a sense of motivation, and that's what gave me it. It made me strive to be better, maybe strive to create something in my life. And obviously, I didn't hold up to my own advice. But, things change. Life gets busy, and sometimes you gotta change priorities. And don't get me wrong, YouTube is still a dream of mine. It's still something I've always wanted to do, something I still want to do. But sometimes priorities have to change. Not everything goes your way. Moving forward, I want to discuss something that was relatively new to me in these last few years, and that is living alone. Being with yourself, by yourself, all day. As a high schooler and a kid, I always dreamed of it. Having your own space, doing whatever you want, whenever you want it, eating whatever you want when you want it, playing video games all day just because you simply want to. To me, that was a dream come true. I didn't realize how hard it would actually be. Loneliness is a pandemic for all of us. None of us really know how to cope with it. And even if we haven't mostly figured out, some of us are still going to struggle no matter what. No matter how figured out you have it. I've been living alone for over 1.5 years now, which is rookie numbers for someone who's 24. I always had someone, and now it's just me. And it's been an interesting experience. It's hard, but at the same time, it's peaceful. I truly miss having someone to wake up to, having someone to cook meals for, to come home to. But at the same time, expectations are at an all-time low because it's just you. The only person you got to impress is you. If you want to come home, have a hot shower, crack a beer open, have a steak on the oven, watch anime for the rest of the night, that's all you. And if that's a good night for you, then awesome. It's sure as hell a good night for me. But obviously it comes with its challenges, but you also got to choose what you want to enjoy. Like I said, happiness is a choice, but it's not simply something you can conjure up out of nowhere. It's something you have to build, something you have to almost earn. I struggled for the longest time until I started choosing to do things that I knew I enjoy. Until I started pursuing hobbies that I knew I loved. Until I started chasing dreams. And I recognize that not everything is produced out of thin air. I know what I want may not come right now, but if I work towards it now, then one day maybe it will. If I never start, it never will. And that's something it took me a while to learn. Unfortunately. It seems obvious, but in the grand scheme of life, it really isn't. I don't want you guys to give up on anything. That was the point of this video in the first place, was not to bitch about my life, but to tell you to live yours. Life is a bitch, and it's not what we thought it would be. it's not what we thought it would be at all. But that doesn't mean that there's no hope. I'm here to tell you that you're not alone in any of this. That this is not the end, and it never was. There's thousands of other people that feel just like you right now. People trying to make it. You're not alone in any of this. Now, when I made this video, I added this track. I did not change it, and I do not plan to. Because I want to at least make this feel somewhat hopeful. Not sad, somber, and ambient the whole time. Trust me, I love that kind of music, but it also kind of brings a person down. Oh, I just slapped the shit out of my microphone. Sorry about that. But anyways, yeah. I want you guys to know that there is so much for you and for us and all of us. And it's not worth it to sit here and mope about lost dreams, because they're not lost. They're still there. You just got to chase them. You actually got to do something about it. And I know it's hard sometimes. It's not easy. Hell, it was hard for me. Really, what started it for me was I got drunk one night and I started programming. And I thought it was a blast. And here we are now. And it's one of my favorite things to work on, one of my favorite things to do. Been doing it for about half a month now, and it's honestly just a joyride for me. Content creation. I've been loving making the cyberpunk edits recently. Never thought it'd be something that I was into, but it is. And I love it. Trust me, there's still a lot of things I want to work on, a lot of things I want to change, and I'm sure that's the same for all of you as well. But I want you guys to know that you're not alone in any of this. Literally, chase your fucking dreams. That's all you gotta do. I mean, it's not easy, it's not simple, and although happiness is a choice, it's not as easy as it being a choice, which sounds stupid the way I say it, but you know what I mean from how I explained it before. Prestige Crew was one of my dreams. One of my always, I wanted everyone to be here. I wanted everyone to stick it through. I wanted everyone to be making content with me, but truth is, we all took different paths in life, and that's okay. Just like breakups, sometimes they're okay. Sometimes they make you into a person that you maybe wanted to be this entire time. And I know it's hard, losing someone and something you love. But sometimes it's what's gotta happen. And it's not the end. It never was. It never will be either. It all feels so intense right off the bat, but I'm here now, and I want to talk to you guys. I want to let you know that there's so much in store. I want to let you know that I came out all right, and so can you. Everyone's got their stories, and don't be afraid to share it with someone. Go talk to someone, no matter how embarrassing it feels. Someone out there will listen. Just keep your head up, all right? I'll be here, posting one video every 3 months, but I'm here regardless. Join the Discord server. I'll see you guys there. There is one more thing that I wanted to discuss before I ended this video, and it's been on my mind a lot recently too. This world that you're seeing right now means a lot to me. And it sounds so stupid, right? Being so attached to a fictional world. But when you make it with your friends, it's something else entirely. Every time we've ever started a Minecraft server, it's always been some random bullshit idea. And it's always so spontaneous. It's like, hey, let's play a Minecraft server that we're probably going to play for, a day or two and then give up on it. But this one was different. This one was so different. I've got about the first 4 hours of this server recorded, and I watched it with one of my really good friends who was on the server just recently, and I was just laughing my ass off. It was so funny, it was so good, and it made me feel so happy just to see it. And the song that's playing in the background, although I've never actually finished Outer Wilds, something feels special about the music. Something feels like it connects me to everyone and everything, and that to me is more than I could ever ask for and wish for. This server means so much to me because it's the last time all of my friends really got together and did anything special with each other, you know. It's vanilla Minecraft, and we played the ever-living shit out of it. A lot of my learning experience has been realizing that not everything has to have meaning. Not everything has to have purpose. Sometimes meaningless banter and endless nights spent playing a game about fucking blocks is some of the best memories you'll ever make. And I'll never forget these days, these nights, and these memories that we share. And I know that we'll make more. I know this wasn't the end. And I look forward to that day every single day, knowing that they'll be there. And so will I. Not everything has to be this grand adventure. Sometimes the best pleasures of life come from just spending time with those worth spending time for. And that's all that matters. Anyways, I don't want this to drag on too long, so thank you guys for being here, really. And for those of you who have been here since the start, I can't believe you stuck around this long to watch my shit content. But it means a lot to me, so thank you. Take care of yourself, guys. I'll see you then.